Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing out of turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up a turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? Good evening and welcome to another rendition of the Full Velocity Racing Network, the BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series coming your way in just a few moments. Before we do that, though, we're going to send it down trackside for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red bells bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
And thank you for the beautiful rendition of the national anthem provided by James Grace here this evening and every evening. James Grace does all of our video work. Thank you, James Grace. A long way here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Also got to thank our great sponsors here tonight. Hanover Wrecker Service, iRacingIFlag.com, Voiles Trucking, CNC Custom Designs and Engraving, BladeNote.com, South Texas Speedway, Monstar Productions, Har Motorsports for the quick time, TDR-Racing.net, Trash Panda Graphics, and Eichstad Wraps. Those are our sponsors here. Thank you to those guys. And thank you to you, the race fans that tune in each and every night here, whether it is on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. We appreciate you. And if you like what you see here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, make sure you send us out some star donations or even visit us at fullvelocity.tv.com and go over and get some of our Full Velocity swag, sweatshirts, T-shirts, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of merchandise to help keep our broadcasting rates cheaper and lower. I know a lot of guys would like to see them even lower, but if we don't buy shirts, we don't buy we don't give star donations out. We can't try to finagle and try to go lower with our broadcast rates. So again, right now, so we've had a lot of inquiries here, a lot of openings with that. Also, you can sponsor us here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Just get a hold of us on Facebook or even through the email to Full Velocity Racing, FullVelocityTV.com, or FullVelocityTV@gmail.com. You can get a hold of us there as we get ready for heat race number 1. Already rolling away out there on the Speedway. The starting line is going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 14 machine, tonight's Hard Motorsports Quick Time, that's RJ Klein. Just by the outside, driving the number 18 machine, that is Kyle Surratt. Inside row number 2, that's number 319, that's David Brewer. And outside him will be the 010, that is Casey Brunson. Inside row number 3, the 5th starting position, that's the evil one himself, that's Jim Revis aboard the number 21 machine. Then Steve Robbins aboard the 073, going to roll off in position number 6. Rolling off 7th, the big monkey, Rocky Battenfield aboard the number 97 machine. And then Kevin Prettyman aboard the number 88, going to roll off in position number 8. Rolling off 9th will be the 45 machine of Travis Montgomery. And Jerry Martin aboard the number 39, going to roll off shotgun on the field here in heat race number 1. That is 10th on the track. We have all 10 cars out there on the Speedway, getting hopefully ready to light these guys on their way. And I believe it's going to be 10 laps. We're going to make sure that it might be 8 laps. 8 laps will be the distance. 10 laps for the Pro Late models. 8 laps will be the distance here for the BladeNo.com Sunday Night Shootout Street Stock Series. See what we're going to have here for heat race number 1. Action packed here. 10 cars here in heat 1. I think we're going to have 4 heat races here this evening. I do believe there was 36 cars in the server, 37, maybe a little bit more there. I lost kind of count there at 36. So we're getting ready to go racing off of turn number 4. RJ Klein and Kyle Surratt waiting for that iRacing high flag, green flag to come over. It does. And RJ Klein puts the loud pedal down and drives them off down into turn number 1. Right there directly in front of the number 18 of Kyle Surratt. Here comes the 319 of David Brewer down to the inside of Casey Brunson, side by side for the 3rd spot. As Casey Brunson right now trying to hold on. I believe that's going to be the final transfer spot here. So I believe we're going to have 3 qualify their way in. It is going to be 3 qualify their way in as 4 heat races. So the bubble spot is position number 3, and David Brewer now has it there in the number 319 machine. So David Brewer here. So we're going to qualify 12 in from the heat races. A little bit of contact over there. The 21 of Jim Revis making some love to the inside retaining wall there. And now he gets a little bit sideways. Some more contact being made there. Kevin Prettyman there gets it gathered back up. No yellow flag, though, so that's a good sign as these guys keep going here. And a lot of these guys are going to go to the consolation events, and that's what happens here at DWRL, the Sunday Night Shootout Series here, the BladeNo.com Sunday Night Shootout Series, that is. That's what happens is these guys fight tooth and nail for 3 spots. Then they go to a consolation event. If they can make it through the consolation event, maybe they'll be lucky enough to make the main. But the battle for that 3rd spot still waging there as a 0-1-0. Now Brunson gets back around David Brewer there with 6 laps remaining here. Coming down through the corner, so Brewer drop kick in back to 4th. But you also want a good starting spot. Let's say you're in 4th or 5th. You want that good starting spot for one of them consolation events. And that's what these guys are trying to duke it out for. If you're not in the transfer spot, you want to duke it out there and try to get a great spot, a starting position. That is key here in the consolation events here at DWRL. So RJ Klein right now your current race leader. The 18 of Kyle Surratt's been looking to the bottom side there as we are halfway home. 4 in, 4 to go for the driver of the number 14 machine, RJ Klein. The 18 of Kyle Surratt running in that 2nd spot. Casey Brunson still running 3rd. He's starting to close the gap there. And that 0-1-0, he was the sponsor of the late model portion here earlier in the evening's festivities here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. But is the number 18 of Kyle Surratt still holding him off there for that 2nd spot. Rocky Battenfield going to the outside there. The big monkey and that number 97 machine going to the outside of the 319 of David Brewer as they enter the front straightaway here. 3 laps remaining here for the street stocks. So they are side by side for the 4th spot. Again, that will be a good starting spot for a consolation event if they can make it inside the bubble there. But Kyle Surratt right now running in that 3rd spot, really fighting to try to get back around Casey Brunson because Brunson was able to steal that 2nd spot away. So put Surratt on the bubble there in the number 18 machine. Popsicle sticks up in the air, I do believe here. 2 more trips around here for heat race number 1. Again, it is RJ Klein, Casey Brunson, Kyle Surratt, Rocky Battenfield. Those are your top 4. David Brewer right now in the 5th spot there, and Jim Revis right there too in the 6th spot. So those guys fighting tooth and nail for that final transfer spot as Battenfield has really started to reel in Surratt. Surratt dropping back to the number 97 machine of Rocky Battenfield as he enters the front straightaway. It should be white flag here this time around for the number 1 machine, or the number 14 machine of RJ Klein. Casey Brunson is going to be second. Third is the number 18 of Kyle Surratt as he comes down the back straightaway here for the final time into turn number 3. RJ Klein contested there with Casey Brunson. Brunson right now trying to find the bottom side. RJ Klein gets out of shape, but he's going to take down the win. Second going to go Casey Brunson. Rocky Battenfield, oh! Did he nip him at the line? Yes, indeed he did. Rocky Battenfield takes the final transfer spot. What a great heat race there for the final transfer spot for Rocky Battenfield, making it into the A main there. Towards the end of that one, he really had to reel in the 18 of Kyle Surratt. So Surratt going to actually go to one of the consolation events there. Start up front towards one of the consolation events, but man, tough there. Being in a transfer spot and then losing it there on the very, very last lap, the last quarter of the last lap there. So heat race number 2 getting ready to come to post, getting ready probably to roll away here in just a couple of minutes here. But starting on the pole of that one will be the driver of the number 61, the Pro Late Model winner here this evening. That is Josh Peacock. The Jason Bartlett outside driving the number 20 machine. That will be Greg Tuberville aboard the number 20. Inside row number 2 in the third starting position. That's the number 1 of Alex Brewer. And outside of him will be the 631 of Alex Cummings. Inside row number 3 in the fifth starting position. That will be the 117. That is Derek Debris. And there's Jason Bartlett outside driving the 17R machine. That is Brett Rolls. Rolls aboard the number 17R. Inside row number 4 in the 7th starting position, that is Corey Stansel. And outside Emily, Brandon Gulp aboard the 122. Shotgun on the field, driving the number 115. That is Hard Motorsports' own Eric Chopper aboard the 115. Hopefully you got sound fixed. I know we were mentioning about his sound not being right here. And that's very, very difficult to drive in this simulation with no sound. Thank you out there, Caleb. Letting us know how it's not actually Jerry. I do have a brother actually named Jerry. That's the way it's spelled. So going on the way that the way my brother's is spelled. So he is Gary Martin for the pronunciation on that. So like you said, some different feels, different pronunciations on certain names, especially throughout the different parts of the United States. It's kind of weird sometimes. You can pronunciate some of them rather different all the time, but we're getting ready to go for green flag racing, iRacing, I flag, green flag already out there as I stumble over my words just a tad bit. But the 61 of Josh Peacock leading the charge down here to turn number 1. He is fast in the late models here. Let's see what he has for the street stocks. Good battle going on for a second there between Greg Tuberville and the number 1 of Alex Brewer. There is a 631 machine of Alex Cummings, too. He's on the outside of Alex Brewer, so Brewer right now trying to hold on to the final spot there, the final transfer spot. Brewer down at the bottom. I don't think that's the place to be right now. The top outside starting to warm up just a tad bit. Starting to get the grip up there with that 631 machine of Alex Cummings. Brewer not going to go away very easy, though. And that number 1 machine is Alex Cummings gets a tad bit loose there. Drag race to the start finish line. So Cummings right now holding on to the final transfer spot. Just taking a look, looking at all the cars here, is it looks like Peacock not able to get away like he did there in the late models. But the 61 machine right now of Josh Peacock leading over Greg Tuberville. Good battle going on for the third spot, the final transfer spot here in heat race number 2 between Alex Cummings and Alex Brewer. The Alex and Alex show going on right now for the third spot as Alex Cummings able to pull there that time by to make sure he holds on to the final transfer. Brewer still not going away, drives her back down to the inside there. And then number 1 machine side-by-side battle for the third spot. Tuberville right there too. Tuberville could cross him up just a tad bit too and end up out of a transfer spot there. And the number 20 machine, he's just trying to mind his own P's and Q's, staying in that second spot as those guys battle it on. But those guys, Alex and Alex, should say, looking to the inside, I thought they were going to make a 3 wide on the number 20 of Greg Tuberville. Tuberville slides her back down to the bottom side to try to keep those guys at bay. Here comes Brewer and Cummings there. Cummings going to get into the back end just a tad bit of the number 20 of Tuberville to come down the straightaway here into turn number 3. It is the number 61 machine still holding on. Tuberville now having to put up there with the number 1 of Alex Brewer as the 631 gets up and out of the line of the groove there and up into the loose stuff. That's going to put him back to the 4th spot there. He's going to lose a lot of time to the top 3 in that 631 machine. So the 117 machine of Derek DeBree looking to the bottom there, Alex Cummings. Then you got the 17B machine of Brett Rolls to the outside also. Those guys battling out for the 4th spot as we have 2 laps remaining for Josh Peacock in the Bulletproof Motorsports number 61. Can he hang on to heat race number 2? Because you got the number 20 of Greg Tuberville, the 1 of Alex Brewer right there. Maybe those guys will settle it in here, happy with a transfer spot to the A main. But remember, you finish 3rd, you're going to start 12th, no worse than 12th, I should say. There, if you start in that 3rd spot. Well, for the final time, we're going to get that white flag here down the front straightaway here for heat race number 2, I should say. The 61 of Josh Peacock, Tuberville, Brewer. Alex Cummings running in that 4th spot. He, again, is contested by the 17 of Debris and the 17D of Brett Rolls. As they enter the back straightaway here to turn number 3. And off of turn number 4, picking up heat race at number 2 will be Josh Peacock. Had to pause there for a minute. I thought he was going to get loose. Second going to go to Greg Tuberville. Alex Brewer in there for 3, the final transfer spot. And the rest to the scores, Alex Cummings, Derek Debris, Brett Rolls, Corey Stansel, Brandon Culp, and then you got Eric Tupper. So heat race number 3, this is 3rd heat race of 4 here for the BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series, getting ready to come away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 16 machine, and that is David Blackburn. Just right outside, that is racing Jason Salter aboard the number 10 machine. Inside row number 2 in the 3rd starting position, that's the number 73 of Stephen Moore. It's just right outside, that's a Voodoo Child. That's number 12, the BladeNote.com, Eric Eichstad. Inside row number 3 in the 5th starting position, that is Austin J. Rogers aboard the 110, and Rick Gibson aboard the number 38, rolling off in position number 6. Daniel Stifler, the Iceman himself, going to roll off in position number 7, and Dustin Benton rolling off 8th. Then you got Caleb Riffle in the rifle in the number 32 machine, going to roll off in the 9th spot. So I guess I slaughtered his probably back name again, as I've got it right a couple times, horribly slaughtered it another time. So sorry, Caleb, in that number 32 machine, as he's going to roll off in that nice spot. Gotta agree, Shane. I enjoy watching the show too. They always put on a great show over here. Thank you for tuning in to the Full Velocity Racing Network too, for the BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series. And this is race number 4 here at the USA International Speedway. So can't wait to keep showcasing this league here. We still got quite a few more races left to go. I believe it's 8 more races left to go on the docket here for the Sunday Night Shootout Series. Your front row is going to be David Blackburn, part of Team DWR. Then you got X91 Motorsports number 10 of Racing Jason Salter. Then you got Stephen Moore, Bulletproof Motorsports number 73. And then you got another team, DWR. That is number 12 of Eric Eichstad. Getting to know the teams real well. It's a plus here when you're an announcer all the time here at this series, and we broadcast them 3 nights a week, whether it's Wednesday night street fights, Heartland Harley-Davidson Wednesday night street fights, or you got the Pro Late Model Division, or the Sunday Night Shootout Series, the BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series. We have them live here on the Full Velocity Racing Network as iRacing I-Flag, green flag comes out. The number 10 of Salter leads the charge down the turn of 1. Look at all the pink cars, pink and black cars out there, and white cars for that matter. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month here, all month of October here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. You can see the nice logo up there in the right-hand corner. Thank you to Charlie Milner out there. Thank you for getting that logo prepared for us here and able to broadcast it out here on the Full Velocity Racing Network each and every night. Appreciate that one as we got some great battling going on for the top 3 spots. Again, remember, 3 transfer on to the A main. So the number 16 right now, your current race leader. Here comes the number 10 of racing, Jason Salter, down to the inside. A nice little battle going on there as they exchange blows. 2 different distinct grooves out on the track right now, as we've seen it go away a little bit in the Pro Late models. Three stocks seem to be a little bit different. Side-by-side battle for the top spot. Salter going to wrestle it away and slide right up in front of the 16 machine of David Blackburg as he keeps going there. Blackburg now drives her down into the bottom there. It's really, really deep down on next to the grass. Side-by-side for the race lead again. Blackbird and the number 10 of Salter keep exchanging ways here, exchanging rolls, as now he falls back into line to try to sling her down into the corner once again. The number 16 machine trying to pull up alongside of racing Jason Salter off of turn number 2. As they enter the back straightaway, side-by-side battle there for the top spot. Meanwhile, the number 12 of Eric Eichstead holding on to the final transfer spot. He's on the bubble spot there. The BladeNo.com number 12. That is the Voodoo Child. And the number 12 machine right now holding off the 38 of Rick Gibson, Stephen Moore, Dustin Benton, Stifler, and Rogers. Those guys all right there. Knocking on the door. Any one of those could take and wrestle away that third spot from the 12 of Eric Eichstead. We'll see if he's able to hold on to it here as we're coming up. I believe it's going to be 4 laps remaining here as we are halfway in. 4 in and 4 to go here for the driver of the number 16, David Blackburg, as he changes there to the top spot over racing Jason Salter. Now 3 laps remain. Side-by-side battle as these guys enter the back straightaway here in the turn at number 3. A long track is USA International Raceway. And these guys are really fighting tooth and nail for the top spot. Salter now trying to wrestle back away from Blackberry's. 2 laps to go here. Popsicle sticks in the air. So again, Salter dives down to the bottom side of the 16. Up to the top shelf of the Speedway. Fighting back on the outside. Great side-by-side battle. There is the David Blackburg goes slam the door shut down the back straightaway here into turn number 3. Salter going to try again. He's going to have to remount a charge there. And then number 10 machine, as they come off of turn number 4, they're going to see the white flag. One more trip around. Can Salter get around the 16 of David Blackburg? Is he happy with that second spot there? Down into turn 1. Salter dives her in pretty deep there. And the number 10 machine trying to get that forward bite off the corner as they come off of turn number 2. Salter right there, breathing down his neck, down the back straightaway. Will he pull a slider down into turn number 3? Blackburg with the race lead. Here comes Salter diving her in pretty deep down to the bottom side. Don't think he's going to have the forward bite off, though. It's going to be the 16 of David Blackburg to take down the victory just over Jason Salter right there. And that number 10 machine third going to go to Rick Gibson. Gibson going to take the third spot there and make the final transfer spot into the A main. Eric Eichstead ended up finishing in the 6th spot, so interesting chain of events there for the number 12 machine. So we'll find the final transfer of 3 here from heat race number 4. And the Voiles Trucking starting line is going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 926 machine. That is going to be Barra Bishop. As this part of the outside, driving the number 91. That is Tyson Pankow. Inside row, number 2 in the third starting position. That's number 8. That's the team elite number 8 of Austin Miners. And outside of him will be the number 11R machine. That is Braden Richards, another team elite car on the outside of row number 2. Inside row number 3, that'll be the number 13 of Caleb Ramsey. Ramsey aboard the number 13, and outside of him will be the number 11. That's Kyle Moyer. Moyer aboard the number 11. Pulling off in position number 7, that'll be the 09 of Josh Ely, who's won the last 2 street stock events here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And outside of him will be the number 25. That's Henry Jones. Jones aboard the number 25. Shotgun on the field, driving the number 63 machine. It'll be Trace Williams. Williams aboard the number 63. We called for 9. We have all 9 cars out there. We're getting locked and loaded here. For heat race number 4, the final 3 transfers from the heat races are going to come out of this one. So I got to thank everybody for tuning in for everything that's going on Monday, or on Sunday night, I should say. I wonder why I'm calling it Monday night. It's not Monday Night Football. So as we're watching to see what's happening here is on the Full Velocity Racing Network, and I got the TV blaring on the other side there. I know Jack's got a team that he's highly involved in, the Indianapolis Colts, playing Kansas City Chiefs right now. I'm sure he's got the game on somewhere, or swearing and cussing there. No, he doesn't have the game on, so he doesn't want to even know what's going on, I don't think. But we'll leave it at that. He's concentrating on the race. He doesn't want to yell on air. He doesn't want to yell on air, so we'll let that go. We'll let him concentrate on the race, make sure that we're all good, locked and loaded here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I got lots of TVs, lots of monitors in front of me at my disposal. Unfortunately, collections over the years, I guess, is I don't know. At least I don't have 50 fish tanks. I remember somebody having to fit like 50 fish tanks. I remember that. But iRacing flag, green flag, getting ready to come out here over heat race number 4, and we're racing down the front straightaway. The 926 machine leading the charge and off into turn, and number 1 Barrett Bishop there. He is your current race leader. Austin Miners now moving into that second spot, and the number 8 machine 3 wide for a second now. Bankow wrestles it off into turn number 3. It looks like he's going to take over the second spot. Braden Richards right there too. He's battling it out with the number 8 of Austin Miners as they're side by side for the second spot. Now the third spot, as it looks like Bankow goes immediately to the outside, trying to get around Barrett Bishop at the 926. So just watching the racing going on, letting the pictures speak the words, and letting everything go on around the Speedway here. Let's one of these times in the feature event, we'll do an onboard camera just to let you guys see what the difference maybe between the late models and the street stocks are. But we'll do that in the feature event when it's time to go there. Maybe we'll pick somebody in the middle of the pack so you can see some interesting different sliders and maneuvers going on here at the USA International Speedway. But now Tyson Bankow looks like he's going to wrestle the lead there from the 926 of Barrett Bishop. Bishop down way to the bottom. Oh boy, Braden Richards way up there in the loose stuff. He's going to have a little bit of contact there with Kyle Morris. Some more contact going on back there. Caleb Ramsey having a rough go of it too. He's bouncing off people like a ping pong ball. The number 13 machine, he's trying to race it out there with the number 11 of Braden Richards. Richards has already dropped back to the 6th spot. Wow. From 4th to 6th, or I should say 3rd to 6th there in the 11 machine. Meanwhile, up front, Barrett Bishop running the extreme bottom there in the number 926 machine. Second is the X91 of Tyson Bankow. So Bankow running second, Braden Richard, or excuse me, Austin Miners running in third. Both Team Elite cars. As Austin Miners now peeks back to the bottom side, trying to wrestle away that second spot there from Tyson Bankow. Bankow slams the door shut down the front straightaway. We are 4 in, 4 to go here, halfway home here in heat race at number 4. A lot of 4s here. If you want to play the number 4, I recommend you do so, because I think you might win here. Is 3 laps remain here at the USA International Speedway for the driver of the 926 of Barrett Bishop. Still second is the X91 of Tyson Bankow, and Austin Miners running in that 3rd spot. Braden Richards is right now running in 5th. He's trying to get around the number 11 of Kyle Moyer. Great battle going on there. But these guys waging war throughout the whole field as everybody's starting to catch Barrett Bishop. But remember, there's 2 teammates, 1-2 there for X91 Motorsports. Popsicle Sticks going to come out in the air here. 1 lap ahead of myself, but Popsicle Sticks out in the air. 2 more trips around the Speedway for the driver on the 926, Barrett Bishop. So down into turn number 3. Can Bishop hold on here for about 1.5 circuits? It's just now going to be down to 1 circuit here for the 926 of Bishop. Can he hold on to the race win here in heat race at number 4? Or somebody else going to be a spoiler right there directly behind him. Austin Miners not happy with 3rd. He's trying to wrestle away that 2nd spot, almost playing a twofer there through the corner. They're coming down the back straightaway here for the final time. Can Bear Bishop hold on here down into turn number 3? Nah, he's going to be able to hold on here coming into the entrance of the corner. Everybody's going to throw everything he can at him, but I believe Bear Bishop has done everything he has to do. Here to pick up heat race number 4, Bear Bishop aboard the 926. Looks like Tyson Pankow for 2 and Austin Miners for 3. We have 12 that have made it to the main event. Now we're going to go right directly into consolation events here. 10 laps will be the distance. I believe we have 3 consies here tonight. 3 consies. Voice is going to get wore out here tonight. Is 3 consies. You are right, Eric Tepper. Go Bills. Go Bills. So we're taking a look here. Just for a second here to see what our going to be 10 laps, but there will be 5 that transfer home. 5. So they're going to start 27 cars here tonight. 27. So we took 3 from each heat race. That would make 12, and another 5 from each of the 3 consolation events. That'll make a total of 15 more cars. 27 cars. So 3 will go home here. And consolation event number 1. So consi number 1 is going to go away like this. Starting out of the pole, driving the number 18 machine. That is Kyle Surratt. Second going to be Kyle Moyer. So the Kyle and Kyle all front row there for consolation event number 1. Third going to go to Austin Rogers there. Going to roll off in the 3rd spot. 4th going to be Brett Rolls, the Tennessee Tumbler. Going to roll off position number 4. Rolling off 5th on the grid, the number 88 machine of Kevin Prettyman. And outside of him, the number 13, that's Caleb Ramsey. Inside row number 4 in the 7th star position, that's number 73 machine of Stephen Moore. And outside of him will be Brandon Gulf aboard the 122. So we will take 5 cars into the A main. We'll see how this is all going to play out. Here is these guys pace around the field. Yeah, Marcus is out there watching and giving scoring updates for you, Jack. Do you have it on DVR, Jack? Do you have it on DVR? Well, you might be happy with this one right now. Might be happy. We'll see how it all plays out. There's 4 quarters of football. So getting ready here for consolation event number 1. Getting ready to send these guys on their way off of turn number 4. That iRacing.com. Chevy Silverado going to pull off down to the infield. Surratt and Moyer, the front row. iRacing I flag. Green flags in the air. Storming off into turn number 1, the 18 of Kyle Surratt trying to hold on to one of the 5 transfer spots. Those who are hanging on to the transfer spots, we'll take a look real quick. Is Brett Rolls right now in the 124 machine? Or yeah, excuse me, the 17D machine. Last week was 124, so the 17R machine. Brett Rolls. Right now we're holding on to the final transfer spot. He's got the 13 of Caleb Ramsey right there too. As Ramsey dives her down pretty deep into the corner, trying to wrestle away that final transfer spot from the 17R of Brett Rolls as Ramsey gets a tad bit loose. So the 18 of Kyle Surratt running away and hiding here in consolation event number 1 here of 3 consolation events here tonight is Kyle Surratt right now leading over the 73 machine of Stephen Moore. Kyle Moyer running in that 3rd spot in the number 11. Austin J. Rogers in the 110 machine. He is currently running in the 4th spot. So we say the 110 because that's what the scoring loop says on him. But he has a big 11 on the side of that machine. So it does have a little 0, I do believe, but it does have 11 on the side. Fifth right now is the 17R of Brett Rolls, the Tennessee Tumbler. He's the points leader in the Pro Late Models division here that goes on just before these guys. The 13 Caleb Ramsey trying to rustle a pack away here. He wants to make it into the A main right now on the outside looking in. He was already a spectator here earlier in the late model division. Now he doesn't want to be a spectator here in the street stocks. Like I said, the top 5 transfer on here tonight, and it's going to be rather interesting. We'll keep our pace, keep our lookers on the battle for the final transfer spot between Ramsey and the 17R Brett Rolls. That position means a lot. It is Rolls right now hanging on to it. But I tell you what, Caleb Ramsey now trying to slide her in pretty deep. They're going to be able to do so. Then loses ground again off the corner. So put Rolls back to that spot as we have 5 laps in, 5 laps to go. Halfway home here in consolation of at number 1. A little bit of contact there. Whoa, more contact. Lots of contact going on there. Guys keep it going, though. The 110 machine, the 17R, and the 13 of Caleb Ramsey. Those guys exchanging blows. Some more blows over there in the corner. That's allowing all the other cars to catch up and get into the fray. Here are the 5 spots that need to be transferred in here in the consolation event number 1. Here comes Brett Rolls. Here comes the 13 of Ramsey. The 110 of Austin J. Rogers way up to the top shelf of the Speedway. He's trying to hang on, but man, that's not where he wants to be up in the loose stuff. Now Rolls goes to 4th. 5th is now Caleb Ramsey. So good battle going on for the lead there between Kyle Surratt and the 73 machine of Stephen Moore. Moore keeps peeking down to the bottom there, trying to get around. The 18 of Surratt is a different type of groove starting to heat up on the bottom. Really have to, looks like he backs out of it a tad bit, but able to get the grip down on the bottom side of the Speedway as the 73 of Moore throws her in as we have 2 laps remaining. Popsicle sticks in the air. Stephen Moore in the 73 machine really giving her a whale of a ride down towards the bottom. Surratt way up top. There's the into the back straightaway here in the turn and number 3. Here comes Moore diving it back down to the bottom side. Side by side once again with Surratt. Can he pull anything off of 4? And Surratt's going to have the momentum. Going to get the white flag here in position number 1 for that 18 machine. So the final lap sees Kyle Surratt and Stephen Moore battling it out, duking it out for the top spot as they enter the back straightaway. For the final time into turn and number 3 is Moore going to try to throw her in deep. He is indeed going to do so. Down to the bottom there, catfishing in the 73. Lets her slide up just a little bit. Surratt going to be able to maintain that momentum off the corner. He's going to be able to do so and take down heat race number 4, consolation event number 1. There's Kyle Surratt. Then you got the 73 of Stephen Moore, Kyle Moyer, Caleb Ramsey, and Brandon Culp takes down the last transfer spot. So Brett Rolls not in this one. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Consolation event number 2 getting ready to come to post. It's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 631, Bulletproof Motorsports 631. Oh, that is Alex Cummings. His dad's brother outside, driving the number 21. The evil one, that's Jim Revis. Inside row, number 2 in the 3rd starter position. That's the old 11 machine, or should say the 11 machine. 11R. That is Braden Richards outside. It'll be number 12. That's Eric Eichstead. Corey Stansel aboard the number 119, going to roll off in position number 5. And then Travis Montgomery rolling off in position number 6. Rolling off 7th will be the number 25 of Henry Jones. And outside of him will be Dustin Benton aboard the number 34 machine. A lot of pink cars out there as the one that's rather interesting that keens my interest just a little bit there, Jack, is the number 45 machine. The hood of the car there, kind of, I don't know. Yeah. Jim Revis saying just junk on the front end of the number 21 machine. So I guess it's rather interesting. We'll leave it like that. I like some of the paint schemes out there. They really, really look put together rather well. All the painters over here are fantastic. I mean, you got Jim Revis that does his own paints. You got the 61 of Josh Peacock, Eric Eichstead Wraps. You got Trash Panda Graphics. I mean, you got, I believe Charlie Milner is usually out there watching us here in the live stream. He does a lot of some of these wraps. There's a lot of fantastic painters out there. And if I'm forgetting them, I mean, Jameson Colbridge, Big Country that we haven't seen in quite some time. If I'm forgetting painters, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. There's a lot of them. I give kudos to you guys because I could not do that. I've tried, I've failed, and I appreciate what you guys do. IRCI flag, green flag is out. And a 6:31 of Alex Cummings, a 21 of Jim Revis leading the charge down to turn number 1. Revis goes way up to the top shelf of the Speedway. Braden Richards really letting her bite down onto the bottom there. But Eric Eichstead now moving into the 3rd spot there temporarily, trying to stay in front of Braden Richards. Richards now dives her down in deep, down to the bottom. How hard do you really want to race for the 5th spot or the 3rd and 4th spot when you know you got the 5th spot right there directly behind you? The 45 machine of Travis Montgomery moves up to the 5th spot. I'm thinking there was a wreck there, as Jack was saying there was a wreck. Maybe Henry Jones there. And the number 25, Henry Jones, not having the best of luck, says Dustin Benton also involved in that one. Henry Jones, one of these times, going to make an A main. He's catwalking. He's got a really, really damaged number 25 machine. But the green flag stays out. The 6:31 of Alex Cummins continues to lead. 2nd is the 21 Jim Revis. 3rd is Eric Eichstead. 4th is Braden Richards. Travis Montgomery running in 5th. So Montgomery has the last transfer spot, and this doesn't look like anybody's going to try to catch him. Corey Stansel is quite a ways back there, about 3 seconds back of Travis Montgomery. And Montgomery's quite a ways back from 7 seconds back of Braden Richards. So you can pretty much call the top 4 right now. So much shoot in. So they really don't have to race that hard. They're into the main. The better position that you gain, the more positions you gain, the better you're going to start in the A main, obviously. So those guys will duke it out, but how hard would you want to duke it out there for the top 4 spots that are actually sitting there racing? And then take the opportunity to maybe lose yourself a transfer spot there if you make a contact and it goes wrong. I say just sit there and ride around here. You got 6 laps remaining, coming up on 5 to go here, so we'll be halfway home here. And consolation event number 2 has now been not been a huge race there for the bubble spot like it was here in consolation event number 1. But again, some wrecks kind of freed things up there and made things wrong. Travis Montgomery, though, in that number 45 machine right now, is not having a very good time there trying to handle that car. A lot of damage to that, and Corey Stansel starting to really catch him. Trying to bruise the tatas. You can't do that. Cannot do that, Jack. You gotta tell him that. We can't do that. So watching these guys duke it out here, the 4 guys that are right up front. Jim Revis wanting to take over that top spot there for the 6:31 of Alex Cummings. Number 21 of Jim Revis keeps peeking down to the bottom. He wants to take the top spot there away from Alex Cummings. It does not look like the bottom, though, is very grippy. And when every time he slings her down in, it leaves the door wide open for Braden Richards on the top shelf of the Speedway in that 11R machine. So, again, Braden Richards really duking it out there coming off of turn number 4 here. So we're going to see popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around USA International Speedway for the 6:31 of Alex Cummings. So again, like I said, how hard do you really want to race? Do you really want to mess up your opportunity here to transfer on in to the A feature, or do you really want to try to get that take the luck side of things and try to wrestle away one of these spots and not get wrecked and start up just a tad bit further in the field? As we come off of turn number 4, we're going to see the white flag here with a 3-way battle, I'm going to say, for the race lead. So 1 lap to go. Presented by, we're still looking for a sponsor for that one, but 3 wide for the race lead there momentarily as Richards tried to make it 3 wide up through the middle as they come down into turn number 3 for the final time. Jim Revis beats her down to the bottom as fast as he can do. Trying to pull a slider. He's going to, oh boy, a lot of contact being made over there. Jim Revis, 3 wide, almost 2 wide there to the start finish line. Jim Revis going to take down consolation event number 2 is a fiery roll from the 631 of Alex Cummings, but Alex Cummings finished up second. Braden Richards, Eric Eichstead, Travis Montgomery going to hold down the 5th and final transfer spot. Again, like what I said earlier, if you like what you see here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, make sure you hit us up with some star donations. Keeps our broadcasting rates a little bit lower. Helps us out repair computers like Phil's. Phil's is messed up. Jack's is, Jack's going to get a new build here. Well, new build to him, I should say. Old build to mine but it has been a great backup here, especially if my computer has been down, like when it went with the video card, the brand new video card went on this thing, and it took him a week to deliver that video card to me. So cannot wait to see what's going to happen with Jack's stream. Hopefully he'll be able to see some late models, no twitching going on, no blinking in and out. I can't wait to see what happens there. As we get ready to send here, consolation event number 3 out the window here. So 5 will transfer on, 4 will go home out of this one. Starting on the pole, driving the number 71 machine, and that is Daniel Stifler. Derek Debris going to roll off in position number 2. Rolling off third will be David Brewer aboard the 319, and outside him will be the 09. That's Joshua Ely. Inside row at number 3, that is Caleb in the 32 machine, and outside him will be Eric Tepper aboard the 115. Gary Martin aboard the number 39 machine, going to roll off position number 7, and Trace Williams rolling off position number 8. Shotgun on the field will be the 073. That is Steve Robbins. Robbins aboard the 073. We called for 9 cars. We have all 9 cars out there. 10 laps will be the distance here in consolation event number 3. Consolation event number 3, the final qualifier here to the A main. The main going to be 60 laps will be the distance here in just a little bit. So we'll finally decide what the final 5 spots are here this evening on the consolation event number 3. We want to know who's going to go home, who's going to make the A main. As we're getting ready, locked and loaded here to send these guys on their way off of turn number 4. The lights are extinguished atop the iRacing.com Chevy Silverado pace truck. And these guys ready to light the wick, light the fire off of turn number 4. Daniel Stifler, Derek Debris, green flags in the air. iRacing I flag, green flag to this. Stifler, Debris lead the charge down into turn number 1 as Derek Debris drifts way up the track there in the 117 machine. Man, look at the battle going on already. Let's see who's got the final transfer right now. It'd be Eric Tupper. Already up to the final transfer there in the 115 machine. I wonder if he's still struggling with no sound. That's got to be extremely difficult at a track like this. As I know Brett Rolls didn't make it. I know Rick Gibson did, though, in the 38 machine through the heat races. And so that would be another Hard Motorsports guy inside the A main. Eric Tupper trying to do the same thing and gather the same fate as the 38 machine. He doesn't want to be out on the bench watching with Brett Rolls. I wouldn't want to be either, even though those guys are both tuning into live racing. As Stifler gets a tad bit loose there, really bottlenecks the field. And that 71 machine, he's able to keep it going, though. I'm amazed that nothing else happened out of that one. But Daniel Stifler, man, what a great save there, trying to hold on to a transfer spot there as he's just in front of Eric Tupper and Derek Debris. So Joshua Ely trying to run away and hide there in the 09 machine. Second is David Brewer in the 319, but he has got the 71 breathing right down his neck. That's the 71 of Daniel Stifler. Third, or I should say fourth, is Derek DeBreeze. Man, I thought Derek DeBreeze was just going to take out Stifler there through the corner. And fifth is Eric Chopper in the 115 machine. So Chopper trying to hold on to the final transfer spot. Be nice to see him make another A main there in the 115 machine. So just watching these guys come around here, getting ready to come up on halfway home for the 09 of Joshua Ely. He tried to get away. Now David Brewer starting to catch him there in that 319 machine. Daniel Stifler still running third. So those guys are not that far behind. Derek DeBree battling back on the outside there in the 117 machine. A great side-by-side battle for the third spot as Daniel Stifler trying to hold on to that spot. Not able to do so far. Here is Stifler just says to get out all the throttle and get back behind him as we were halfway home. 5 and 5 to go. Already down into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. So we're going to see 4 more laps remaining here and consolation event number 3. So great side-by-side battle here with the 319 now and David Brewer, because Brewer's caught Joshua Ely. Ely now dashes down to the bottom. He knows the 319 is there. He's seen him a couple different times. David Brewer right there hot on his heels here. Coming off the corner, we're going to have 3 laps remaining here in consolation event number 3 for the driver of the 09, Joshua Ely. Like I said, who has picked up 2 street stock wins higher on the Full Velocity Racing Network back-to-back here last Sunday and Wednesday night. Now trying to get himself into the A main, so a little bit different of a picture there for Joshua Ely as Ely dives down into the bottom. 117 of Derek DeBreeze way up the track, I tell you, and trying to get around David Brewer, but Popsicle Stick's going to go up in there. 2 more trips around the speedway for the driver of the 09, Joshua Ely. So we're watching Ely come through the corner here in the 09 machine, holding Derek DeBree at bay now, who's wrestled away that second spot. As Derek DeBree's got a lot of momentum there in the 117 machine. I didn't think he was pouring it on that much, but he's right there on the rear bumper of the 09 of Joshua Ely. Going to pull over down to the bottom side there. Try to get around the 09. He's in through the back straight away. Maybe we're going to have a dogfight here for the top spot here in consolation event number 3. Ely slides her down into turn number 3 for the final time, and off of turn number 4. It will be the 09 of Joshua Ely taking down the victory over the 117 of Derek DeBree. Then you have David Brewer, Daniel Stifler, Eric Chopper going to make the final transfer spot here tonight and to the A main. Trying to catch my breath there for a minute. It's going to be the laps here at USA International Speedway. It's a long time around here with the Shree stock, so it'll be a rather interesting event here as we're getting ready to get these guys to come to post, but we'll go through the Foils Trucking starting lineup. Starting on the pole, driving the number 14 machine here tonight, that is R.J. Klein. Aboard the number 14 is Dan Sparta outside, driving the number 61. That's Josh Peacock. Inside row at number 2, that's number 16. That's David Blackbird. Outside him will be Barry Bishop aboard the 926. Inside row number 3, that'll be 010. I just seen a video clip of him earlier, I think earlier tonight, of the 010 Casey Brunson, making on imca.tv for the sport mod stuff. So I seen his interview. That was great for Casey Brunson. He's going to roll off position number 5. Rolling off 6, there'll be Greg Chubberville aboard the number 20 machine. Rolling off inside row number 4, that'll be racing Jason Salter aboard the number 10 machine, and Tyson Pankow aboard the number 91, going to roll off position number 8. Rolling off 9th will be the Big Monkey 97 of Rocky Battenfield and Alex Brewer. And the number 1 machine going to roll off in position number 10. Rolling off 11th will be the number 38. That's Rick Gibson. Outside of it will be the Team Elite number 8 machine. That's Austin Miners. Inside row number 7 in the 13th starting position. That'll be Kyle Surratt aboard the number 18. And Jim Revis aboard the number 21 machine going to roll off in position number 14. Rolling off 15th will be the 09 of Joshua Ely. Outside of him will be the number 73 of Stephen Moore. Inside row number 9, that'll be 631 of Alex Cummings. Outside of him will be Derek Debris aboard the 117. Rolling off in 19th, that'll be Kyle Moyer aboard the number 11 machine, and Braden Richards aboard the 11R machine. Going to roll off in position number 20. Rolling off 21st on the field, David Brewer, the 319, and Caleb Ramsey aboard the number 22 machine, or aboard the number 13 machine, going to start off position number 22. Rolling off position number 23, that's the BladeNote.com. The Voodoo Child, Eric Erikstead aboard number 12, going to roll off in 23rd. 24th will be Adriano Stifler aboard number 71. Brandon Culp aboard the 122, going to roll off in position number 25. Rolling off 26 will be the 45 of Travis Montgomery. And shotgun out in the field, last but not least, driver of the 115, Eric Chopper. We called for 27 cars. We have all 27 cars out there. The field is locked and loaded here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Green flags in the air at USA International Speedway. And they're going to dig it out, duke it out into turn number 1 as RJ Klein drifts up the track. Here comes Josh Peacock down to the bottom automatically. Casey Brunson wrestling down onto the bottom. They're in the 0-1-0. So we got a big wreck here. Going to bring out our first Hanover Wrecker Service yellow flag of the evening. I'm almost thinking Joshua Ely is involved in that one. So they were going 3 wide. Let's make sure I'm right. Josh Ely. Gibson was involved in this one. So Ely's coming down to the bottom. Gibson thought he was clear, did not. And then we stacked him up over there in the corner, like cordwood, as 38 Gibson and the 09 of Ely and David Brewer, those guys all involved in that one. So they're going to have to figure out what's going on there and get their damage fixed and join the tail end of the field. A little bit cold up here in the Northeast, going to say. Trying to get used to these. We run a pellet stove up here, so trying to get used to the dry air in the household. So it's been a little bit difficult for me here. This is the second day of the pellet stove running. It is cold outside. I'm going to tell you, it's getting down. I think the one morning it was 33 degrees inside my house because I was like, I'm going to be stubborn. Winter is not here. Cold weather is not here yet. Guess what? It is here. And it was 33 degrees in my house, so I was like, better fire up that old pellet stove, get it warm and toasty in here, and now I think I made it too warm in here. Everything going on here is makes my voice kind of scratchy. It feels kind of weird. It's trying to get used to, like I said, the winter transition up here in upstate New York. Rather interesting. I'm going to tell you, hopefully we don't get snow anytime soon. I don't like that word, but I know it's going to be happening here soon. I know maybe we'll see some warm weather here towards the end of the week. Is the Short Track Super Series coming here to the Afton Motorsports Park, which I call home, on Friday nights. And it's going to be a 2-day show and a fantastic one. I'm going to tell you, I cannot wait for that show. That will be coming up here on Friday and Saturday of this week. So I will disappear. And I may not be here on Wednesday night either because there is a track maintenance night too. So, well, we'll see. We'll see what's going on here. Whether or not I'm not here Wednesday night, or we'll have to talk to Phil and Jack to see if they can make the call, or Ron may be out there too. So, get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Finally, the lights extinguished at the top of the iRacing.com pace truck as we are back in the Green Flag Racing as they already pulled off the track. The 61 of Josh Peacock leads the charge down to turn number 1. RJ Klein running in second. Third is Bear Bishop and Casey Brunson to the bottom here. As I was a little bit behind there on my calling, this was rather interesting there. As the pace truck flew off the track, and then all of a sudden I'm Green Flag Racing. So it was it was weird. Definitely not we were in replay mode, but Green Flag out there. The 61 of Josh Peacock, like I said, your race leader, with RJ Klein running second. We'll see what's going to happen here. Like I said, it could be feast or famine here tonight. Is another yellow flag. The Hanover Wrecker Service yellow flag going to come out over the field here to slow him back down. Jack's telling me there's all kinds of people involved. This one's a mess, so we're going to take a look here myself. I couldn't find it as quickly as all. Yeah. Jim Revis involved, Tyson Pankow, the 13 of Caleb Ramsey involved, and the 45 of Travis Montgomery. All those guys involved. Some damage to the front of that. Tyson Pankow looks like he got the worst end of the stick there. More damage to the front end to the X91 Motorsports number 91. It says X91 on it, so I'm going to call it the X91. Tyson Pankow looks like he's going to have to visit his pit crew to get some of that damage fixed. A tough break for those drivers out there is just stacking it up, bringing out the second Hanover Record Service yellow flag. Yeah, no points out of it here tonight. We've got one turtle here, and that was in the late models. We're trying to get some more points here. We're batting zero here with the BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series. Again, want to thank our sponsors real quick out there before we go back to Green Flag Racing, Hanover Record Service. Give them a call at 1-304-664-3848 if you're in the West Virginia area and need a record or need a call out there. Make sure you give Tyler Blankenship and Hanover Record Service a call. Also got to thank iRacingHighFlag.com. Head on over there as Jeff Brown will really hook you up and tell you how to be a step above the competition with one of their fancy iRace iFlags. Also got to thank Brian and Kathy Voiles of Voiles Trucking, CNC Custom Designs and Engraving there as coming aboard as a primary sponsor here of the Full Velocity Racing Network. BladeNote.com, South Texas Speedway, Har Motorsports, Monstar Productions, TDR-Racing.net, Trash Panda Graphics, and Eichstätt Wraps. Those are our official sponsors here of the Full Velocity Racing Network. Here, all of October, we urge you guys to get cars painted up pink here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Breast cancer awareness is, these guys are all pink. We urge everybody to be pink. All of October here on the Full Velocity Racing Network is the iRacing iFlag. Green flag comes back out over the field. Yeah, the alien's trying to abduct AJ or RJ Klein. I don't know why I want to call him AJ, but RJ Klein, the alien's trying to abduct him. The 010 Casey Brunson now wrestling his way into the second spot there, able to close the door shut on RJ Klein. So Klein going to fall back to the third spot. Now looking down to the bottom is Barrett Bishop. So Bishop's right there. Into the fray. Racing Jason Salter, and the number 10, he's right there. And there's all kinds of cars just knocking on the door. Rocky Batfield there, don't count him out. We're almost going 3 wide for the race lead as a 61 of Josh Peacock still continues to lead this one here on lap number 12 of 6. So as we promised, we're going to go on board. We're going to let Jack pick the on board as we go on board and show a couple of laps here. Just to give me a brief minute to gather my composure back together. But we're going to go on board, and Jack hopefully will let us know who it's going to be here. As we're going to go on board, okay, with David Blackbird. So a great view of David Blackbird's car and the driver of the number 16 machine as we got in cars. Now we're under yellow flag here once again. Hanover Record Service yellow flag here at USA International Speedway. We're going to look to see who is involved in this one. And oh man, Travis Montgomery involved. So we got the 71, 38, I should say the 38, the 13. So Rick Gibson, the 13, and Caleb Ramsey, Tyson Pankow, all involved in that one. Parking lot over there, turd at number 2. Bringing out the third Hanover record service. I believe it's the third Hanover record service yellow flag of the evening. Third caution, 8 laps here. We've had half the distance already caution flags here. So we are at lap 16 of 60 here with the BladeNo.com Sunday Night Shootout Series, Street Stock Series. As we had 36 cars try to attempt to make their way into the main event here tonight. So some went home. 9 cars went home here tonight. Unfortunately, we don't like to send cars home, but it seems like we have some cars sent home each and every week here on Sunday Night Shootout Series. So if you're not involved in this great series, I'm going to tell you to make your way on over here to try to get into next season. This season's registration is obviously closed, but next season, make sure you guys make your way on over here and let them know that you watch this here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. You want to race. You want to show the best of the best street stock drivers up. Whatever you want to tell us here, whatever makes you feel comfortable. As we get ready to go, I believe, back to Green Flag Racing. Nope, we're not going to do that this time. Lights are going to be extinguished, though, at top.iracing.com Chevy Silverado. We should be going green this time, so we're just waiting for it to pull down into pit road. And there it goes. iRacing high flag, green flag back in the air. As Josh Peacock and Casey Brunson, those are your top 2 leading down into turn 1. So don't count out racing Jason Salter as he works over the top shelf of the Speedway. There in the number 10 machine is, oh man, RJ Klein. The alien's really screwing with his connection, trying to take him out and out of the server. The number 14 machine, as he disappears quite frequently, now goes up to the top of the Speedway. He knows the aliens want him. He doesn't want to cause any issues. Great job by the 14 of RJ Klein. So he's going to pull down the pit road. Tough break for RJ Klein. His connection issues failing him right now. Casey Brunson running in second, but I tell you what, racing Jason Salter right there, as he is now pulling up to the outside, trying to get around the number 010 of Casey Brunson. As Brunson right now holding on to the second spot, so the battle of the 10s. We see that quite often here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. As now here comes Salter back down to the bottom, trying to pull it even there with the 010 of Brunson. Brunson now drifts her up to the top side of the Speedway, trying to hold on here. Is Jason Salter going to have to pull a slider, I do believe, to get by him down on the bottom. So Ted just lost a spot there. Casey Brunson now, the 010, trying to look to the bottom side there. The 61 of Josh Peacock. Peacock right now working over the top shelf of the Speedway. Here comes Casey Brunson down to the bottom side. Barrett Bishop running in third. Fourth is Jason Salter, but he's being highly contested there too. As David Blackbird right now running in I'm going to say the 6th position. I should say David Blackbird, but Rocky Battenfield now in the number 97. He is up in 5th now, moving into the 4th spot, trying to get around the number 10 machine. He's going to do so there as he tries to get around. Like I said, just watching and letting the picture do some of the wordage here tonight. His voice starting to wear out just a tad bit. Not normal here. Like I said, getting used to this upstate New York weather already. And man, it's already getting cold. Getting dusty out here at the USA International Speedway. The dust is starting to. Some of my camera angles are like awful. As they're seeing the dust start going, the moisture start going out of the track, you're going to start seeing, I believe, this track start to get slick, and you're going to start seeing some different drivers make their way to the front, like the 97 of Rocky Battlefield seems to be playing into his hands as he starts making his way towards the front here. Like 010, Casey Brunson goes to the bottom side, but another yellow flag going to come out. Fourth Hanover Record Service yellow flag. Here we're going to take a minute to find out where this one was. Jack already has that replay. I can't find it myself. So 117 gets a little bit sideways. The 09 goes up and gets into another car. A lot of different things going on there. A lot of things happening to bring over a fourth Hanover Record Service yellow flag of the evening. Alex Cummings it was there in the 631. I had difficulty seeing there on that camera angle. But again, just to remember, just to make sure that you guys are aware that we are definitely broadcasters, definitely not admins. We know how that goes. We just make the calls here, so don't ever take the broadcaster's word for it, because we don't get to look at it from 15 different angles like everybody else does there at the end, watching the different replays. So again, we will make calls, but it's one of those things where I'm going to say we're wrong most of the time, and sometimes we're right. Obviously, if somebody's out there mercilessly taking out drivers, then we actually could know that we're right. But again, we don't have the time. We do it on the fly. We just let everybody know what we think here. We report on the news here of the DWRL, the Shootout series here, the BladeNote.com Shootout series. Whether it's one league or another league, we just make sure we report there. Contact was made, disagreement of real estate, and people go around. Rick Gibson out there typing out. He's racing, but he was just talking as we're back to green flag racing. Finally, a caution that he wasn't involved in. Texting and driving, Rick. That may cause another yellow flag. It's Casey Brunson really down to the bottom side trying to fight there with the 61 of Josh Peacock. It's Brunson and Peacock both on the same team here. Of Bulletproof Motorsports, the 97 of Rocky Battenfield scratched and clawed his way into that 4 spot too in the number 97 machine. We'll see what he's doing. Almost 3 wide battle for the race lead. The 926 peaks and nose in there. That is Barrett Bishop and the 926 machines. We're getting ready to come up on halfway home, and we come off of turn number 4 here, down the back straightaway. Excuse me, turn number 2 into turn number 3. So when we hit the line this time, we'll have one more lap before we hit halfway home, technically, as the 61 of Peacock trying to lead all the way to the halfway. But I tell you what, Casey Brunson has other ideas here, as we have one more lap and we'll go by that halfway mark. So we'll see. Casey Brunson's led 29 laps so far, but here comes Brunson down to the bottom side. I should say Josh Peacock's led 29 laps so far. As Brunson trying to take over there, they urge down the race down the back straightaway, drag race down to the turn number 3, and whoever has it this time, because the yellow flag going to come out, we will be halfway home here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, and it looks like Josh Peacock going to lead the halfway here. Mark, the 61 machine. So, man, Karma plays around with you, and Rick did say a caution that he wasn't involved in last time. He is involved in this one, in that number 38 machine. Yes. Yeah, Ramsey got into Cummings, and it looks like mayhem ensued, I should say, as unfortunately Rick Gibson gets hit there by the 14 of RJ Klein, brings the RJ Klein there, kept going around, Gibson down to the bottom. So Rick Gibson, the 38, cannot have any good luck here tonight, as he continues to be involved in wrecks. I read Gibson out there texting and driving, and he spoke too soon. So we let these guys gather back up. We're on lap 32 of 60. So iRacing, flag, green flag, getting ready to come back out. It's going to do so over the field. We're back to racing here. It's the number 61 leading the charge with Casey Brunson to the outside. So Brunson going out there in the territory that he's not used to as the 61 slides up in front of the 010 machine of Brunson. Brunson crosses the back over, goes back to the bottom. Rocky Batfield running in that third spot. He's looking for a way to get to the lead too, as he's traveled pretty far here. And then number 97 up to third. Oh man, Josh Peacock goes up and hits the wall in the 61 machine, leaves the door wide open for a lot of competitors right there. Bees nest behind him, should say, as they are working over to the bottom there. The number 010 Brunson there. I believe he led the last time. He's going to lead this time by, I do believe, off of turn number 4. Casey Brunson trying to wrestle that lead away from the 61. Looks like he's going to lead at the line that time by, so it's going to be the first lap that the 61 has not led, I do believe. It's we'll wait and see. Yep, Casey Brunson does lead that lap. So the first lap that he has not led, and the yellow flag going to come out now. Casey Brunson, the race leader, in the 010. I think we have a turtle. And Josh Ely gets TV time. He didn't win. He's not winning, but he's going to get TV time. Joshua Ely, a turtle here. He is upside down. Just watching him upside down. Gonna look to see what maybe have caused this one. Looks like maybe Jim Ravis got loose. We're gonna wait and see here. Up here. Yeah, I think Jim Revis had a little bit of a taparoonie to the rear bumper by the 111 or 11 machine of Kyle Moyer. That's what got Jim Revis loose, and man, then things happened there. Tyson Pankow's got a destroyed machine too. It looks like a modified there, open wheel modified. About Joshua Ely upside down, turtle for the 09 machine, and that's our second turtle of the evening. Miller Lite out there in the chat box. Haven't seen him in a while. Aaron Sharp. I would call him Miller Lite. You have two pet turtles. What kind of turtles? Are they snappers? Or are they painters? What kind of turtles are there, Aaron? Sea turtles? I'm about dying here. Aaron says they're snappers. Got some snapping turtles. Single file the way lane, iRacing, iFlag, green flag back out. And we're racing here on the Full Velocity Racing Network here. The BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series, and been plagued with yellow flags. 20 laps remain here. And Casey Brunson, the man in the lead there in the 010 machine. I got to see an interview. I'll have to see if I can post that in the Full Velocity Racing Network here. Yeah, great interview with Casey Brunson. Not us, but got a great interview that IMCA TV. It's great to see guys out there that run the simulation to go out there and tear it up at their local tracks, running the tracks that they go race at. But Rocky Battenfield now down to the bottom. He's trying to wrestle away the second spot there from Josh Peacock. So far, he's going to be able to prevail, but off the turn though. Josh Peacock able to stay in the throttle a little bit longer on the top shelf of the Speedway. Able to maintain the second spot. The 97 of Rocky Battenfield back down to the bottom, side by side. Door handle to door handle. They're rubbing. Coming off of turn number 4. The drag race down to the start finish line. I believe it's going to be Josh Peacock there. Holding on to the second spot. Rocky Battenfield still right there though. Swinging her in deep. Slide job on the 61 machine. Put Rocky Battenfield to the second spot, but Peacock says not so fast. He's battling back down to the inside. Maybe a slider of his own. There in the number 61 going to happen here. Through the turns number 4 as 97 gets way up the track, leaving the door wide open there, even for a racing Jason Salter to get in the fray in the number 10 machine. So the 010, Casey Brunson continues the lead, and Aaron said he had 3 snappers, but one bit his toe, so that's why he's down to 2 snappers. So the 010 of Casey Brunson still continues the lead. The 61 of Josh Peacock running in that second spot. Third is the number 97 of Rocky Battenfield as of right now. The 10 of racing Jason Salter keeps pulling down to the inside, trying to wrestle that spot away. Not able to do so last time by, as we have 16 laps remaining here at the USA International Speedway. The BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series as Peacock now drifts way up the track, leaving the door open for Rocky Battenfield. Battenfield trying to pounce. Coming down the straightaway here. They flash by that start finish line. 15 laps remaining for the driver of the 010, Casey Brunson. Somebody up in the wall. Jack was saying Josh Peacock got up into the wall there in the 61 machine. Looks like he's trying to find that moisture on the extreme top side of the Speedway. Now darts her down to the bottom, protecting the bottom. Trying to keep Rocky Battenfield at bay. There, the number 97 machine, able to do so off the corner here. Again, open setups the way to land here at DWRL here for the BladeNote.com Sunday Night Shootout Series. That is the open setups here. We're through turn number 1. As Peacock just hitting the wall there, flirting with the wall. He hasn't even asked to take it out on a date as of right yet. The 61 machine got to be really, really careful because that wall does hit back, and when it hits back, it may destroy his car and destroy his chances of maybe even trying to win this race or even the podium finish there for the 61 machine. But the number 97 of Rocky Battenfield keeps looking high, low, whatever way he can do to try to get by the 61 of Josh Peacock. Peacock slides her in pretty deep there, and he's almost making contact with the outside wall. That's a scary predicament that he's trying to put himself into, but it's just sliding all over the track. It's a 61. So again, yellow flag going to fly out over the field with 12 laps remaining. Here another Hanover Record Service yellow flag here at USA International Speedway. I don't know if this is going to involve, who this is going to involve. Yeah, Josh Ely. There's no, not Josh Ely. Austin Miners involved in this one. Well, no, it looks like he may have had a little help, but he may have had a little bit of contact there. He may have come down. Not sure. Not going to make a call on there. We'll let you guys out in YouTube and Facebook and Twitch make a call. Austin Miners around in the number 8 machine, bringing out our Hanover Record Service yellow flag. So we're going to be under 10 to go when we go back to green flag racing. Like I said, going to be under 10 to go when we get the green flag here. So we're going to pace by here. Back straight away. Lights are extinguished. So we got to know we got to know you have a favorite out there. Pick who you think's going to win this race. Let us know who you think's got what it takes here to take home the USA International Speedway race win here this evening. Who's going to be here as the iRacing iFlag green flags back in the air. 10 laps to go. We're going to say 9 to go here at the start finish line as Casey Brunson, the 61, and Josh Peacock. Rocky Battenfield right there too for the number 97 machine. Barrett Bishop and the 926. They're all right there. Guess what? Yellow flag coming out once again. Boy, yeah, like you just said, Jack, Revis can't buy any luck out of that one. That's tough. Ramsey involved in that one. Jim Revis is an innocent bystander again involved in another yellow flag. So Revis not having a good night there in the number 21 machine. Sam Perry out there. Thank you, Sam, for making a pick. Everybody else pretty quiet, but Sam, we can count on you to make a pick. He's picking the 12 of Eichstead. He says he has a strong car and he's due for another win, so he's picking the number 12 machine here tonight. So BladeNo.com, number 12 of the Voodoo Child, Eric Eichstead, right now currently running in the 9th position. So you can't really count him out. Something could happen, and I mean, I've seen some weird things happen where everybody rocks and people have won races, and even on the dirt. It sometimes happens at Talladega, but I tell you, on the dirt, I've seen guys come from dead last and win races too within 2 laps because of all the wrecks that happen and different parking lots that happen over in the corner. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen. So this time, that iRacing.com Chevy Silverado is going to come down to pit road to relinquish the start here to the 0-1-0 of Casey Brunson. iRacing iFlag, green flags in the air. 5 laps remain for Casey Brunson. Can Brunson hang on here to the top spot? He's got a hungry pack of wolves right there directly behind him. The 97 of Rocky Banfield, the 61 machine of Josh Peacock right there, a teammate of his there. And Bulletproof Motorsports works to the bottom side there. Looks like the 926 up and out of the way. That is Barrett Bishop. So Bishop slipping up the track. Tough break for him. As we're going to have 4 laps remaining for the 0-1-0. Casey Brunson. Can he hang on for 4 more short circuits around the USA International Speedway? Josh Peacock trying to do everything he can, but he's in the midst of a great battle there with the 97 of Rocky Banfield. Same way with the 10 of Racing Jason Salter. Salter wrestles in there. Takes over the 3rd spot there from Rocky Banfield. Salter not wasting any time to pull himself into the 3rd spot there. A podium finish here. 3 laps remain. He's got 2 cars directly in front of him. Can he pass both of them here? Well, that's going to be a tall task there for the driver of the Trash Panda Graphics number 10. Here's the runs are in deep. The 61 to Peacock goes up and almost hits that wall. Each and every time almost hits the darn wall. And I'm almost thinking one of these times here with the next couple laps, he's just got to keep it down just a tad bit so he's not worrying himself there. But the 61 way up next to the wall. He's getting momentum, though. He's finding that forward bite coming off the corner. And that's what wins your races there, that forward bite, the momentum off the corner. The 61 machine of the Josh Peacock holding on to the 2nd spot. Racing Jason Salter goes way up top, too. The 926 machine of Barrett Bishop wrestling away the 4th spot there from the 97 of Rocky Banfield. Coming down here into turn number 3, we're going to see the white flag up in the air here. This time off of turn number 4 for Casey Brunson. In the 0-1-0, white flag in the air. One more trip around the USA International Speedway. Brunson trying to notch a victory in his belt here in the Bulletproof Motorsports 0-1-0 down into turn number 1 and 2 for the final time. As he comes down the back straightaway into turn number 3, as he slides her down in. Nobody really giving him any type of shot on him. The 0-1-0 of Casey Brunson comes off a turn and number 4. Victorious here at the USA International Speedway. Casey Brunson taking down the victory. 2nd going to go to Josh Peacock. Jason Salter going to finish up 3rd. Rocky Banfield and Barrett Bishop round out your top 5. So we're going to take a brief pause for the cause, make our way on over to Discord and interview with the top 3 down in BladeNode.com Victory Lane. So as we're back here with the post-race show on the Full Velocity Network, as we pull it down here, we get the chance to talk to the driver of the number 10 here, finishing up third here tonight. Racing Jason Salter, interrupting him, talking with some of the other drivers up here into the corner. So, Jason, we're a little bit more important here. Full Velocity Racing Network, 3rd place finish here tonight, podium finish here. Another great race for that number 10 machine. It looked like a nice drag race with Josh Peacock towards the end of that one, too. A great race, never to say the least. There are a little bit of yellow flags there, gathering you guys all back up. But tell us about the race in that number 10 machine.
Yeah, the car was good all night. It kind of lacked a little bit of forward drive that I needed to get off the bottom. Casey kind of figured it out here recently. He got a little better here and taking my throw into being decent here.
Yeah, definitely a good race. Like you said, Casey Brunson was a man on a mission here tonight. Got to see an interview of him earlier in the week. That was rather interesting too. I don't know if you got a chance to see that either, but I know Caleb Ramsey posted about it. But Casey Brunson taking some lessons learned here and starting to really shine here. But Jason, not to take anything away from you here tonight. Again, a consistent finish and consistency wins championships is a great finish for the X91 Motorsports number 10 machine. Maybe the microphone, the floor is all yours. Thank you. We'd like to thank you tonight.
I think everybody for coming out and racing with us over at DWRL, Full Velocity Racing Network, X91 Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home third place here tonight. Number 10, a race of Jason Salter. Microphone now here on Discord, so we'll let Jason go talk here to some of the drivers. Let him get away. We'll bring down Josh Peacock here, who finishes up second. Another good finish for him here. He finished first in the late model tour, and finishing up second here tonight to one of his teammates here. Josh, a good run for you here tonight. Led quite a few laps, but Casey Brunson just seemed a little bit fast for you here this evening to try to get by him. But good 1-2 finish there for Bulletproof Motorsports.
Oh yeah! First off, I'd like to congratulate him on his win. I think this is his first shootout win. But yeah, I mean, car felt great. Cautions did play in his favor. Caution, he dove down low before I could carry out my run on the high side. The caution come out and give him the lead, which is fine. I think we was too even on either side of the racetrack. You know, if I was in front of him, he couldn't quite get around me, and if he was in front of me, I couldn't quite have the run to get around him. But it did finish. I still take this finish over some.
Yeah, a consistent finish there for the 61 machine. Like you said, you won earlier tonight. Now bringing home second place finish here tonight at DWRL. I tell you, consistency wins championships. We do say that, Josh, but consistency here tonight just proves that you're one of the top tier drivers, I should say, here at DWRL. Able to beat some of the top guys, I'm going to tell you, here in the street stock division each and every week, and you're right there in the top 5 most of the time. But I mean, it's been fantastic here for the for you here tonight in the 61. Just making moves here and having the late model win right off the bat. Does that momentum help you? I should say, does that momentum from earlier tonight help you in a race like tonight?
Man, here lately, I've been having a lot of not so good luck, especially here in this league. I've not been doing very well at all. So anytime I talk to y'all and finish on the podium or even a top 5 finish, like I've always said, it's been a pretty good night.
Definitely a good night for you here tonight, Josh, and hopefully momentum will carry on here into next coming events here at RL. But I'm going to the microphone. The floor is all yours. Let's take care this evening.
First off, I'll give a shout out and thank all my teammates, Bulletproof Motorsports. You know, everybody that comes together and puts these sets together, and I wouldn't be half a driver I am without any of them. I'd like to thank my sponsors, CCM Custom Graphics and Engraving, everything they do. I'd like to give a shout out to J-Max. Check them out on Facebook, J-Max Journeys, Jonathan Journeys. I'd like to give a shout out to Milner Media Design, and also a shameless plug for JP Designs, put this badass wrap on the car. And lastly, I'd like to thank Jim, Jason, Eric for putting the league on, and you guys for on the broadcast. Make sure you check in to FVRN tomorrow night. We'll be with the Southern Dirt Series, and we'll try to paint it pink. Mr. Laster's putting on a special deal. If you have a breast cancer awareness card, just pink on your car in general, you get double points, so it should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely going to be interested there as Full Velocity Racing Network goes pink for the whole month of October here for breast cancer awareness. But Josh, again, thank you for your words here this evening. Hopefully you carry that into tomorrow night and take down a big old W at Southern Dirt Race too.
It'd be nice if we can get a good drawing position in the heat race. I think it's possible, but we shall see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, breaking up second here tonight. 21 machine, that's Josh Peacock. We're going to make our way on down to Blade.com. Victory Lane with the driver of the pretty famous driver now, as everybody would say, especially Caleb Ramsey. Casey Brunson taking down the victory here where we were bantering back and forth. I believe this is your first shootout win here, Casey. What Josh was saying. Congratulations on the win. Tell us about your race there with your teammate, the 61.
Yeah, I finally think about 5 seasons to get one, but it was a good race. Just a lot of riding there at first, let the last one down. Then once it finally started to slick it off and he kind of went up to the top, I just stayed down to the bottom and just rode out the whole race.
Was it real slick out in the bottom here tonight, Casey? It looked like there wasn't very successful down on the bottom, but you were one of them that could make it work on the bottom. Did you have to really throttle out to keep it down there?
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of throttle. It was probably more throttle control I've ever done in my life. But it wasn't really, if it gets really slick down the bottom, it's mostly just goes to the top. But there was some grip down there that helped me stay down there and keep the lead.
Well, again, congratulations on your race. I don't know if this is even working here. Cuts in and out on me here on Discord, but Casey, a good run here tonight. Being famous here tonight and taking down a victory here on DWRL here, like you said, took you 5 seasons, and your competitor, you've been here week in and week out, and it's been extremely difficult for you. But this goes to show you how these guys race and how competitive this field is here.
Oh yeah, that was probably an exaggeration, but took me a long time. I can get all the Wednesday night wins. I can get wins in different little leagues with the same people that I raced with here, but it just never comes together. But it finally did tonight.
Yeah, we should say 5 seasons, not 5 years, but 5 seasons. It's actually been 5 seasons. So this is the 5th season here for the Shootout series. So yeah, you were correct to that line, but 5 years. I always say that is seasons. But again, Casey, we're giving the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you this evening.
I think DWRL putting these races on, Bulletproof Motorsports, Shapey Designs, and y'all for broadcasting.
All right, once again, taking down the win here tonight, driver the Casey Brunson taking down the win for Bulletproof Motorsports here this evening. Like I said, fantastic race for him, and he has a nice interview. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on imca.tv. I believe Caleb Ramsey shared it. Maybe we'll share it to Full Velocity Racing Network, but it's good to see him doing good out in the race world too, and his modified venture around. I should say, I can't remember what type of modified it is, but it's like sports. I won't comment on that, but definitely out there racing in the real world and trying to, I should say real race cars, I should say, besides the simulation cars, able to take that, carry it on to both not only iRacing and out there taking different things and doing different things out there in the sport of dirt track racing, I believe down in Oklahoma and Texas area. So again, congratulations to Casey Brunson. That's going to do it for us here down the BladeNode.com, Victory Lane, and Full Velocity Racing Network. Got to thank Jack Truan for pushing all the controls down there and making things happen here, at least for the Street Stock Series, because I tell you, got really, really winded there, talking quite a bit here tonight, and definitely sometimes it pays to have a partner up here in the booth. So one of these times we'll have a cameo by some of these guys that have been wanting to come out here and come up and talk. But again, thank you to Jack Truan, thank you to Phil Grass that's out there probably crying over spilt milk over the Dallas Cowboys loss here tonight. But gotta really thank those guys, and Ron Piles out there, anybody that's been a part of the Full Velocity Racing Network. And if I forgot somebody, again, I'll make sure I get you the next broadcast, because we have a lot of those. Monday night coming up, Dirt Slinging Outlaw Southern Dirt Series with the Shree Stocks also at tomorrow night on a Monday night. So cannot wait for you guys to tune in and double bill tomorrow evening. So again, I'm Todd Stanton signing off here tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Keep the silver side up, the rubber side down, and always keep that hammer down. We'll see you next week here, Monday night, next week, on Full Velocity Racing Network.